Hello, everyone. It's been a minute. It's
Yes, it
good to see
has.
you all. Yes, yes, it has. I am B. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And if you forgot, I'm your good sis, Sunshine La Reina.
That's right. And well, we're going to come on here tonight and talk about a story about this young man that went to prom, 16 years old, birthday right around the corner,
Yes.
and he was unalived
Mm-hmm.
after he attended his high school prom.
Ain't that sad?
May I add, this live is for information purposes only. We want to give our condolences to the family. And
Yeah,
at the end of the day, this is also to raise awareness. You don't have to be doing anything for things to happen.
you
But
don't.
what I want people to get from this is to always be aware of your surroundings. Always be aware.
Mm-hmm.
Also, understand everyone does not love you the way your cousin and your sister and your best friend do. There is this thing, this word that is so sinister called jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes jealousy can eat people alive. Now, what we're going to do right now, we're just going to go right into the news clip about this young man. Um, because it's so sad and tragic that at this point in time, I want to share this news footage about what happened with you guys. Okay.
His birthday was just the 27th of April. He would have been
Yeah,
17 years old.
exactly.
Well, first at 5, we are hearing from a grieving father of a Meriwether County teen who was killed just after attending prom over the weekend.
His father tells 11 Alive he wants the public's help bringing the people responsible into custody. 11 Alive's Karis Belger spoke with that father in Manchester.
This is the last memory Katarsman Bryant says he has of his 16-year-old son, Daryus. The photo was taken just hours before the teen left for prom in Columbus. He never made it home.
I'm trying to register this in my mind, like, Daryus and shot. Who would want to shoot Daryus? Like, he's not even that type of kid.
His father says his son was shot while returning home with his friends. According to police, Daryus and another teen were shot on Macon Road in Columbus.
I've seen some videos where their last moments, maybe 10 minutes prior to this happening, they was all at a gas station just having a good time and posting videos and, dancing around.
Now, Darius's father says he's clinging to 16 years worth of moments, reminiscing with his community as a way to find comfort.
Darius, his birthday is Saturday, and that's what make it even tough. The kid was about to turn 17. Getting into the prime of his life, and he was just robbed short. I'm getting all the texts and the calls. People that don't even know him just read his story. The community is coming together, and he was really loved. He really was.
It's that love that carries Katarsman Bryant through his day as he thinks of the bright future that suddenly went dark. Katarsman hopes his son's story will spur someone to come forward with information.
They have an anonymous number out. You won't be identified. I mean, you can remain anonymous. Just please, if you have any information, please come forward.
In Manchester, Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
All right. So you heard this situation. The young man was only going to the prom to enjoy himself. Afterwards, these young kids, they hang out, probably not even bothering. I'm more than sure they weren't bothering anybody.
Right. Just being young kids.
Just
And
being young kids, enjoying the night, fly looking good. The parents done got them everything they need to look real nice for the prom. And from what I have read through everything that I researched, they were at a stoplight, and about to show you some pictures. And a car drove by and shot in both vehicles. Another young man was shot, but he did not succumb to his injuries.
right.
Unlike Daryus did pass. And this is just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
It is because He seemed to be a very well-rounded young man.
Yeah.
Very well-rounded, like he into sports, into his schooling, into his family life, into his proper friendships. And he seemed like to be a really, really good young man. Now we
Yes.
all know all of us have had those, and even in being good people, we've had those friends and we see the best in them when no one else does. And maybe he had one of those friends that was in turn was jealous of him. But it's so sad that at 16 that you can have that kind of hatred in your heart to want to take somebody's life like that.
That's right. Arceus Greer, want to give a shout out to them. I'm checking out one of their reels from some footage. You know, the day of the prom, he's just in this nice red car,
Hmm.
in his red suit. You see some of his friends there, people just there, supporting, getting footage of these young men looking good, you know, and he was a star athlete. He had
Hmm.
already in the 11th grade was getting scholarship offers. He
Exactly.
Yes, and he also won the state championship in the long jump in track. And the young man made good grades. And it's so
So,
tragic to know
hmm,
that a young man of this caliber have been taken from us. It's just senseless violence that don't make any sense.
yeah, and
That's what it all boils down to.
it's going to continue to perpetuate until we now as the I'm an auntie now. I had to come to grips with the fact that I'm an auntie. Okay, I'm
Hmm.
an auntie now.
Hmm.
Us as aunties and big unks, we really need those of us with some sense, I should say. Like,
Hmm.
everything ain't for everybody. Those of us with some sense really need to just forget about, oh, that ain't my child, that ain't my this. These are my babies.
All of them.
All of them, these are my babies. And when I see one of my babies going, I'm like, baby, come here. Let me put something in your ear real quick. I want to do something to build you up, not continue to lead you in the path of sheer destruction. And those whomever took the life of that young man and tried to take the life of another, they had no direction. You could tell. And the
That's
quote
right.
unquote direction they may have had was of the same nature: jealousy, envy, hatred.
So you can see the car right here at Macon Road. Um, and they have no leads at this time. So I pray that somebody somewhere knows something and they give some information, because this is senseless. This does not make any sense. From my understanding, these young men, they don't even know, you know, from my understanding, they say it was a 19-year-old that committed this crime. So
Hmm.
that let me know they know something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has put forth some information. And also, from what I was finding out from reading through sources, is that they just said it just was a hater.
That's what I'm saying, because there was no gang affiliations, of course, and then he wasn't nothing was taken. He wasn't robbed. Chain still there. Was he robbed? Was anything taken from him? No.
No. And his father wanted to reiterate that his son was not in a gang. Okay.
Exactly.
His
Hmm.
son was not in a gang, may I add.
Because they love to put that label on the boys, but especially
Look,
with people that they may or may not know.
I mean, let's not even look at the skin color at this moment. Let's look at the tragic situation that happened. Why would someone take it upon themselves? Because at 19, you're at no one's prom.
Mm-mm. Unless you got held back.
Unless you got held back, and then still, I mean, but at the end of the day, you have no business being in the vicinity of any of these children.
Not at all.
And that's just my strong belief. That's just my strong belief. And we're going to check this other clip out from the news. Fourth quarter celebration. set for Manchester student that was shot and unalived over the weekend. Mind you, this is the second young man
Yes.
from the same school that was unalived. There was another young man unalived, like I want to say I read like 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so he was unalived as well. So what's going on in this area? Like, can we say that during a time of like prom, the police need to be extra heavy in the streets? And then I'm also an advocate of let's police our own streets for a change as well. We know we got young men and young women out there. Let's just make sure we check in with them. I know sometimes they may think, oh Lord, they're getting on my nerve, but they don't understand, honey. We want to see you again. We want to see you the next day and the next day. We don't want you to fall victim to a 15-second situation and you don't make it out of it.
Mm-hmm. Sure enough, but also raise your children to be better people. That's all it's
Exactly.
raising. Just raise,
Exactly.
see, people have the notion of raising the children to be at the level of which they have settled for themselves,
That's
and
right.
not teaching their children that no, just
At
because
St. Francis
this
Emory
is the life
Healthcare,
that
your health
I
means
chose to live, that does not mean that my level of life needs to be your level of life. I tell my kids all the time, I want you to be a better person than I ever thought of being.
That's
Ever.
right. That's
Be
right.
better than I ever could be. Do more than I ever have done. Be
That's
better
right.
than me in every area in your life.
That's
So
right.
when you breathe things like that into your children, they don't have no time. They work, they trying to get money, shit. Stuff. I mean, like they trying to get the education, they trying to get scholarships and go to colleges and learn crafts and trades and do something proper with to be good people.
That's right. Let's go ahead and play this clipping right here and see what they have to say. Let me get that volume up right quick. All right.
Well, funeral arrangements have been announced now for a local teenager who was shot and killed last weekend.
The 16-year-old Manchester high school student was killed in Columbus on his prom night. Daryus Bryant will be laid to rest tomorrow, April 27th, at Leverett Hill Baptist Church in
So
Warm
sad.
Springs. That's at 2
On
in
his
the
birthday.
afternoon. His visitation is tonight
Mm.
at the McCoy Funeral Home in Manchester.
That deadly shooting happened early Sunday morning at the intersection of Lakeshore Drive and Crystal Drive in Columbus. No suspects arrested yet, and officials are urging anyone with information to come forward.
Well,
All right. This is sickening. I'm sorry.
It
It's sick.
is.
This could be anybody's child, male or female. It's sickening to know you can't send your baby out to the prom to have a good time with his friends without somebody saying, you think you're all that? Well, let's see. So we really want to raise awareness and let these young people know, along with the parents, that you have to be aware of your surroundings and don't for 1 second think that there's not one person at least that's hating on you. Hating
Most
on you.
definitely.
That's
Definitely.
sad. That's so sad
Definitely.
that I even have to say that, but it's the truth at this moment. So I want to push that into the parents and the young people's mind. And I don't know if any of his other friends were into anything. I just don't feel that in my spirit. I don't.
Right.
I feel like these young men were, especially Daryus, they were the young men to see, to look at. And I feel like it was just jealousy. It was jealousy. In the end, that's all it boils down to. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes. And as a mom, it's like I can't even work hard to give my children things that not only I want them to have, but they want them to have. That's kind of the
Exactly.
mentality. It's kind of like, even though it's like I work hard for these children to have the best of the things that I can provide for them. And in turn, it's like it's a curse because in the same breath, someone is envious because of this. They're
That's right.
envious because their mother doesn't, or their father, or whomever they are with, does not have the capability to provide for them. Not even materialism. They could just be jealous of this person's spirit, which
Right.
is even worse. And
Which is even
it's
worse.
not a reflection upon the person that they hate. It's a reflection upon themselves. Because I always tell people, the thing that you hate in a person is probably the thing that you lack as a person. So
That's
that's a
right.
self-reflection. That's something that you as a person, that you need to, do you really not like this person because of them, or is it because of you?
Right. That's a good question. That's a good
Really?
question.
I always say that. Do I not like them because of you, or because of you? Like, really? Is it you or is it me? Is it me or is it you? No, it's really you. Or no,
Yeah.
it's you. But still, like, people tend, it's not, they always think it's materialism, and it's not. He could be jealous of his home life, the fact that boy is loved and cherished and put on a pedestal, mad that he is as an achiever, that he's intelligent, that he is athletic. It could be a
Yeah.
myriad of things. And once again, I always say it starts at home, because that's where it starts. Because the beginning of everything starts at home. No one can influence my child, because I have made it so that they are their own influencer.
That's
They
right.
they discern within themselves. Is this of my moral compass? If this is my value structure? No, I'm going over here with it.
That's
I
right.
can't be envious of this person, because if I work hard and have a goal and I achieve my goal, I can be greater than I ever thought I could be. Especially
Right.
because I have a support system. And even if I don't have that support system that I feel that I need, I'm still going to strive harder for that.
That's right. That's right. This whole situation, it's one of those things that us, we got to start addressing this stuff in our communities.
Exactly.
It's not about us being afraid, or um, it's not about, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. It has everything to do with you.
You know who else said that?
Who?
Emmett Till's mama.
Wow.
She said Negro business ain't got nothing to do with her. She went around
And
in Negroes, and then look what happened to her boy. Look what happened to her boy's father.
exactly. Exactly.
When you don't stand up, sometimes the powers that be, whoever you pray to, whatever you believe in, will make you stand up.
Yeah, because she definitely became a advocate for that type of behavior, and it's so
Mhm.
bad that a lot of times, I'm going to show some grace here. I'm wondering if people then got so afraid to even speak up, or they feel like I don't know what steps to take even help. Well, I think that us as a community, we need to go back to knowing each other. Everyone know each other's kids, and it's a lot of parents that need to stop trying to act like other people can't correct their children. And like you said, Sunshine, early, it still starts at home. It
Correct.
starts at home with the behavior, from a little small baby up into a 16-year-old. That way, your child is not involved in that type of stuff. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
sometimes, a child will get a wild hair and just get out there and start doing what they want to. But I think we need to take it back to the old school, where we all was raised in the community, not just, the parents of the house. We are really separated right now, and I hate to see that. I really do.
Hmm.
I really do.
I think I take in kids. I got a whole bunch of kids. And we
I mean,
go back to the times of Big Mama, when people like really actually cared. And but
yeah,
see, then you gotta think about this as well. Back in the day, we could actually trust the people. We trusted their judgment. We trusted their discernment. We trusted their actual love, care, and value of our children. And
yeah,
that's no longer it. I come from a place of great community, of great community.
Hmm.
It may be hectic, it may be chaotic, but it is a place of great community. And some places they are just there are people there.
Well, I think too also that, we need to start building some community of our own, like a recreation center, a swimming pool. Like a lot of these people with money and nonprofit organizations need to all come together in these places and in these spaces. And then even parents on your day off, you remember how they used to have town meetings at the
Mm-hmm.
church? Because that's where everyone decided, hey, we got to do something about the civil rights. We got to do something about all of these things that's going on in our community. And maybe we may have to boycott a few things.
Yeah, we are boycotting a few things at the present moment. However, maybe we need to boycott a couple more things.
I agree. I agree. Well, that's our time. We didn't want to come on here and be long. We just want to share that story to raise awareness. If you come across this video, please share it. Also, you can follow myself at B Brown the Revolutionary, and you can also follow Sunshine at Sunshine Lorena.
I might follow you back.
All right. Well, stay tuned. We will definitely be having more stories coming to you within, this whole month. There's a lot of things we need to hit on, but we're gonna take steps to just hit, different stories and to bring them to you guys to raise awareness. Okay.
All right, Rue.
All right. You have any lasting words you want to say to the people, Sunshine?
Every morning you wake up, smile, laugh. You woke up that morning. You're blessed. That's all. And be safe.
And I also want to say, let's be mindful of how we raise our children. It's okay to spoil them. It's okay to give them things. But more than anything, let's give them the gift of a good person by teaching them to lead with love and being courteous. Okay. All right. That's it for us. This is B Brown the Revolutionary.
And Sunshine Lorena.
And we will see you guys next time. Y'all have a blessed one.
Blessings.